I'm going to show you how to do seed stitch with picking or continental style knitting. The first thing I do is I get my yarn tensioned. So I take it over my little finger and then I turn my hand over and I take it over my pointer finger so it's wrapped around that way. And then I take it one more time over my pointer finger. And then I can hold my finger up and hold my piece in my left hand. So this first stitch in seed stitch is a knit stitch, so I'm going to take my needle in from front to back just like normal, and then I wrap the yarn around it, and I'm going to hold it with my finger just on this first stitch, and there's a knit stitch. And the second stitch in the seed stitch is a knit stitch facing, so that means I purl it. So to purl, I bring the yarn to the front, in front of the right hand needle. The needle goes through the stitch from right to left, and then I bring my pointer finger down to wrap the yarn around it, bring the needle back through the stitch with the yarn around it, and pull it off. And there is a purl stitch. And so my yarn was in front to do the purl, and to get it to the back for the next stitch, which is a knit stitch, all I do is simply move my finger back through between the needles. So I'm going to do a knit stitch, so through the loop from front to back, around the needle, and then I pull it through and off the left hand needle. And that's why it's called picking, because I'll do it again, because you put your needle through and pick up the yarn, slip it through the loop and off the needle. So the next stitch is going to be a purl. So I bring the yarn forward between the needles, through, and then I go around the needle and take it through the back and off, and there's my purl stitch. Then a knit stitch, sew through and pick the yarn through and off, and then a purl stitch, sew the yarn to the front, needle through, yarn down, and I pick it off. Some people don't do the little pivot finger like I do on the purl stitch, but I find that easiest to control. So whatever way works for you is the best way to do it. So I'll do a couple more. A knit stitch, pick it through and off, and the purl stitch, yarn to the front, around the needle, to the back and off, knit stitch, purl stitch, knit stitch, purl stitch, knit stitch,